Hello, stream is just starting. Can I paste it in more places? Okay, new patch notes. Uh, I don't care much about new zones. I can see all of that stuff. Playing Arcanist is what I'm interested in. Um, Features a unique mechanic with Crux. We already knew a bit about Crux. You can have three Crux maximum. I'm hoping as I read through more of this that it's like it's sort of like primer and detonator abilities, kind of like from Anthem, but I doubt it. But it's unique a bit gameplay experience, which for once I think they're not lying about. New UI feature to help you aim your fate, pervert, and remedy cascade abilities. I'm assuming those are the tentacle and Kamehameha abilities. Aim assist. Uh, no reason not to turn this all the way on, I'm guessing. Armor sets. Light armor, max mag, max stam, max mag. After staying on one bar for 15 seconds, you get bunch of max mag and stam one bar swapping. Uh, RP set, I guess. Um, Medium armor set. 2 through 4 pieces weapon and spell damage, just like Witch Knight, which will be interesting. And gaining XP from monster, gain 1 weapon and spell damage for every 50 XP the monster is worth for 30 seconds. This bonus can stack up to a maximum of 540 weapon and spell damage. Um, this would be very, very good for like Black Rose farming, but maybe Imperial City it can be useful if you're killing enemies. But I think this will mostly be useful for Black Rose farming, maybe speedrunning dungeons, but you would wanna take this off once you get to a boss. Health recovery while standing still. Health recovery isn't good, it's not useful anymore, so I don't think it's worth it. Another set sort of like Druids, where it's goes up to a 12 piece. 8k pen, 687 weapon and spell damage, and a bunch of crit rate. I want to see their comments. Um, I feel like I need to do testing because that is a lot of penetration and weapon and spell damage. And if you just do the 10 pieces, you still have room for a mythic. So you could get a lot of damage, I think, from this. I don't know how much it'll be worth it though. Other crafted set, Sylvania efficiency. Max Dam, the tri-stats. When you have a living companion, reduce the cooldown of their abilities by 50%, while you do not have a living companion, reduce the cost of your magic, stamina, health, and ultimate abilities by 8%. Um, I'm wondering, if you bring this in PvP, you can't have a companion out. Is it just Imperial passive, but Mega? I'm, hmm. That's interesting. When you have an ability that costs resources while in combat, you reduce the potion cooldown by zero point 0.6. This effect can occur once every zero point 0.6 seconds. So you're getting a lot of potions. That might be useful. I don't feel like trying to work out the math right now, but maybe you get that could give you a lot of potions. Um, and then the trial sets. Crit rate, weapon spell damage. While you're standing still, you gain 465 weapon spell damage. While you're moving, you gain recovery. Huh. This could be useful in PvP actually, because you want the recovery while kiting, but standing still while trying to attack people isn't gonna work well. I think there will be better options. Increase your damage done against monsters by 7%. When you interrupt an enemy, you increase your damage done against monsters by an additional 7%. Um, how much are you like interrupting bosses? I don't do many trials. Um, in combat, when you heal yourself or an ally who's below 40% HP, you ignite a spark of hope within them for 3 seconds. If they're above 90% HP when the effect ends, you and the ally gain major heroism. I think this could be absolutely cracked in on a PvP healer. I think this could be absolutely crazy for a PvP healer, especially if the person is like healing themselves. Because if they get bursted, they're gonna be below 40%. You're healing them, they're healing themselves. They'll get it back to above 90%. Major heroism for 15 seconds is mega. Um, and then the heavy armor set. When you take damage while under 35% HP, resolve is tested. If you are below 50% stamina, you restore full health, mag, and stamina while also gaining major protection and major aegis. If you're above 50% stamina, you become a beacon of hope for 20 seconds, causing your major and minor buffs to also grant major. I don't know what that second part means. Your major and minor buffs to also grant major aegis for 10 seconds. Does that mean when you cast a buff on someone, they get major aegis? That's interesting. Okay, and then the mythics. Uh, a lot of pen, damage done to monsters by 15%, critical damage 15% makes you not be able to weave for damage. But so you see, when this originally got leaked, it didn't say against monsters. This would have been radically overpowered in PvP, but I think 5k pen and 15% crit damage is not worth it for no light attack damage. While above 33% stamina, reduce your damage taken by 50% and lose a lot of stamina every time you take damage. 3k stam per second is a lot. That is going to be very hard on stam sustain. I don't know how useful that'll be. Cryptcan investments, light chest. This is going to be hard to work into any build. Um, you can no longer cast ultimate abilities. Instead, casting an ultimate ability transfers your ultimate resource to your living group members, divided equally among them. Gain minor heroism at all times. That, I mean, I guess in some PvE cases, you your ult, you just never really have a need to use it, I guess, as a healer. So giving, unless you're like a necro healer, but giving your DPS more ultimate could be pretty big. I can see use for this there, especially the minor heroism at all times, so you're getting a lot of ult to transfer it. New collectibles. Wait, want to see if anything is earned by like mounts. Okay, there are new achievement mounts, which is good. Um, Achievement quest, some dies. New homes, we'll see that when I go to make builds. How are the titles? Faith's Chosen, Sanity. Sanity Scourge sounds really cool. Tenacious Dreamer is okay. Sanity Scourge is actually cooler than Sanity's Warrior. I wish this was the normal mode and this was the vet mode. Um, I don't know what this is yet. This might be no death. This might be speed run, or it might be flipped. This is probably going to be the trifecta Tormentor's Bane. It's not the worst title they've made. Um, Making it so campaigns reset in the first day of a month, so it's easier to keep track of, I guess. Uh, Adding an add-on into the game. This is fun. This filleting fish at once is big. Uh, PvP keep messaging. We've added new messaging for guilds that claim keeps and research the Cyrodiil. The new features delivered through chat or on-screen notifications stating how many guards were killed and how many enemy combatants were in the area at the time. I guess it makes it easier for you to defend a keep that you own because you get a bit of a warning. And then Stuga is no longer looking for you. Um, Arcanist. Known issues. The pull effect from rune and displacement abilities not functioning as intended and will be fixed. Rune mend ability and its morphs currently have a rare chance of causing a health desync. That does not sound good. Only one ally can currently use the synergy from the morph, instead of each ally being able to use it. Adjusting the visuals for one of the ultimates. Okay. I'm not reading all of that. Okay. Fix an issue where swapping bars while blocking and out of resources while under the effects of Trifocus or Stormweaver's Cavort could disable block until you drop block and reactivated it. Um, Interesting. Fix an issue where sprinting while heavy attacking could lock you in sprint. Good, uh, good fixes, because these are hard to play with. Melee abilities with a range of 5 meters have all been increased back to 7 meters to aid in their use while moving and to offer more breathing room and reliability in landing. That is a big change for PvP. Is is Wrecking Blow a 7 meters? But that just got changed. So if it was 5 meters, Wrecking Blow will be more consistent to use. All right. Empower has been reduced to 70%. Dragonite. Inferno fixed an issue where the visual effects from this ability and its morphs did not disappear when their owner became undetected with sources such as sneaker invisibility. Burning Talons, the morphs damage over time will now only apply if the target hit by the initial hit does not have a stack of the dot active to help the skill shine more in area of effect situations where you are actively refreshing the skill. So, is this for im performance improvements, I'm guessing? Passive no longer extends the range of melee attacks by 2 meters, as this is now once again their standard range. The passive now increases your health recovery. That sucks. Okay, DK no longer has range advantage, and health recovery is pretty useless, so nerf the passive. Increase the bonus damage of the third skull, but to 50% up from 20%. That's a rather large buff. Ain't no way they buffed the duration. People wanted the duration nerfed for PvP. This is a massive PvE DPS buff, but it adds way too much of a burst window for PvP. Path, it applies more consistently. Shade, fixed issues, Veiled Strike. Morph now grants damage done for 10 seconds if Major Expedition was active when it casted, rather than 5 seconds when Major Expedition ends or was refreshed. So they didn't do anything because you still are going to have 100% uptime on it. I just feel like this really needed a nerf. The bonus damage should have been reduced to 5%. Okay, wait, so this was right. Uh, they now grant Minor Berserk for 20 seconds, and Dark Deal gets Minor Force. That's really, really big for Sork. Um, yeah, that's pretty massive. Fix an issue with Negate, where they cannot dispel another version of themselves. Um, Synergy from this ultimate and its morphs now grant Major Berserk for 10 seconds up from 8. Increase the amount of targets the synergy will target to 12 up from 6. Just makes it generally easier to use, I guess. Volatile Familiar. The special effect now stuns on the second tick rather than the fourth and final ticks to make the stun less volatile in nature and help reduce the passive feeling to the skill, increasing the chance of applying charge status effect to 5% up from 1%. Uh, I don't know. More of a PvE change, I guess. Although the AoE stun is fun in PvP, if you've ever ran Valtal. Familiar. Focus Charge now grants major protection? What? Templar's already the tank class. You don't need to give them more tankiness. That's pretty ridiculous. Um, Solar Flare. Its morphs now grant a new buff called Sunsphere for 5 seconds after casting, increasing your damage done with class abilities by 5%. Um, this is pretty big. I like that because I like Dark Flare in PvP. Fixing the ability and morphs now heal you for 2% of your max health every second they're active rather than 4.5% of your max health while you're standing in the rune. So you no longer rune camp and it's a smaller heal up. You don't need to sit still in your rune. You can go anywhere, but it's a smaller heal. think that's a good I think that's a good change. Oh, a massive increase while standing in the rune. I don't think that's a good change anymore. They did not need to buff Templar healing and give it major protection. That's too much. Fix an issue where the Shulk would fail to hit larger targets. Arctic Blast. The stun from this morph now fires after a 2-second delay rather than immediately recasting the ability before the delay completes. Will reset the delay timer. I don't like that. No, it just makes Polar Wind an even better morph. Low slash, the ability and Smurf's secondary effects now last 15 seconds, up from 12. Fix an issue where the ultimate and Smurf's block functionality become lost after sprinting. This was dumb. Fixed issue. Increased dot tick of acid spray. Issue fixed. Issue fixed. Okay, overall, DK got a slight nerf to this and performance increase. Necro got a buff in PvE, I guess, because Flame Skulls suck in PvP. Although it could be nice if you can line it up to burst with someone. This third skull would hit crazy. Nightblade got a big buff. This should not have happened. Sork got minor berserk on their sustain scale. Clark got major protection, and rune focus now heals you while you're not in the rune, and it heals you for more than it already did when you sit in the rune. And Arctic Blast got nerfed. Those are the main changes. Companion stuff, fixed issue with additional telegraphs with these sets. Friends momentum and spectral cloak only apply their effects if you're in combat. This wind now actually hits all enemies. More Colden. This sword's no longer sheath after you leave combat. Old Growth Brewer, now you need to be in combat. Order's Wrath now works in no proc. This is big, very big. It finally allows you to have like an actually top tier uh damage set in no proc. Crusader fixed issues with stuff. Stormmaster now only works against monsters. Reduce the duration of the bonus to 8 seconds down from 20 and reduce the cooldown to 5 seconds down from 10. Interesting. Uh, I do like that heavy attack spammers are going to be gone from PvP. It's not like they actually did damage, it's just annoying pressure. Lady Thorn. Not obeying line of sight rules is fun though. Don't get rid of that. Noon attack desperately needs a buff. Let's see what they did. Sentinel applies a 40% snare to enemies hit rather than stacking snare. That's better. Because it was so easy to get out of because it's such a small area. You never got to the big snare. Um, I wonder how that works now. Fix an issue where the Ozarin's Inferno fix an issue where the set's armor could fail to proc could fail to reduce damage against procs. Fix an issue where the set could proc off procs. Fix an issue where this set's armor did not appear in the character sheet despite being active. Malabeth fixed an issue with the site. The set did not obey line of sight rules. Stormweaver's Covert can now be used in no proc. More fixes and being in combat. Coward's Gear fixed. Plague Break. Set will now only attempt to apply itself to enemy players rather than any enemy. Note that the explosion can still damage and be amplified by nearby non-players. Okay, you can no longer use this to quickly clear ads. Uh, um, Good thing Lutch got his uh like 500k DPS on the first boss of uh not Moonhunter, keep the other one. Hylithrons. Uh I'm not Euphoria Lithron, so yeah. Please don't say shut up. That hurts my feelings. Skull emoji. Um anyway, I don't see the skills from yeah, Artea. Um it's they were not ready for Lutch hitting 500k DPS. It's a good thing he finished it. What, no more Black Rose Prison farming with Plague Break anymore? I think it's time to hop on PTS. So, 'cause I don't think the Arcanist skills were shown on that. So I'll just have to look at them in game. Servers are down? No. What do I do now? Oh, this is so sad. When does the maintenance go off? I'm looking back through it. They definitely did not preview the Arcanist skills, which is interesting. I don't know what I do now. I have no idea when the servers are coming up. I might turn off stream until they do. This is unfortunate. I thought they would be up once the PTS came out. I mean, the patch notes. Oh, so sad. Okay, I think I'm gonna pause my stream then. If you guys come back later once PTS is on, I will be streaming because I've given up my day to just playing PTS. I'll see you all later.